really like, I think like every day this week, at least since I listened to this podcast by Rachel Hollis, I don't know if you guys have heard it, but it's writing out like 10 goals for yourself that they're supposed to be goals over the next 10 years. Like in 10 years, if you ask yourself, like, who do I want to be? You know, what do I want to drive, or where do I want to live, or like all those things about your life. I chose my 10 goals not really as the 10-year goals, because it's really hard for me to see myself in 10 years. Like I chose these more as like probably, you know, end of year goals, if not 3-year goals. But that was her prompt initially, is like 10, 10, 1. So 10 years, 10 goals. And then you hone in on like one goal per month or per day. And I chose like per month. Because when I looked at all my 10 goals, I was like, oh, well, if I like shoot for this goal, all the rest of them kind of, you know, like fall into place, or at least it supports a lot of the other goals. Am I unmuted? Or am I muted?
You're good.
Oh, are other people unmuted?
Abby, can you hear now? Okay, she got it. Cool.
Yay. Okay. I was like, crap, I'm just talking to the screen. So like one of my goals is I am a 6-figure earner. And the way you say this, or you write this goal out, is like a present tense. Like I am this, I am a top 10 coach. I am a diamond coach. I am a 3-star diamond coach. Like whatever it is, make sure that you're saying it present. And I would encourage you guys to like figure out these goals for yourself. They can change on the daily, but like figure them out and then write them out every single day, because it really gets you in the mood of like putting those goals right out in the forefront. You're not only speaking it, so you're starting to believe it for yourself, but you're helping to keep that focus on like every single thing you do throughout your day to push towards that goal. So I chose I am a 6-figure earner to be my like monthly goal, because I realized like, wow, this supports like this other goal and this other goal. And really my focus is in on that right now, because it's a new year and we're starting out like in January. And I feel like when I'm focusing on that like really, really big, massive goal and this dream, I can focus in on like, okay, well, I'm going to go, you know, hit Success Club because I need to push myself towards that goal. Or I'm going to support my coaches and show up for you guys because I want to hit that goal and be like a top team or whatever. So yeah, if you guys want to do that like later when we have time, totally feel free. Maybe you've already done it. But the other thing I wanted to just kind of explain or go over is my planner has this awesome like month end in review thing. And so it really helps you kind of like review what happened last month. And I think it's really good to take into account like doing that every year as well as like every month. I feel like the more you can do it, the more you can really like track your progress with your business or your life goals or whatever it is. But like with the year ending, I feel like it's something to really emphasize. So one of the questions was like evaluate the past month, like all your goals as a whole, personal, business, whatever it was. And then like on a scale of 1 to 10, how were you on those goals? Like, did you reach them? Were you consistent in reaching them? Did you hit them? And then write down like what were the challenges or things that came up that maybe like deterred you from your goal, so that you can assess like, how do I need to redirect towards my goal? Like, does my goal need to change, or does my method of like pursuing that goal need to change? So for example, like if I was trying to hit Success Club and I didn't hit it, I would circle probably like a 1, because like that was the main goal for that or whatever. And then I would say, well, my goal is still Success Club because that builds a successful business, but I need to definitely redirect like how I'm getting there. So that's just kind of like an example. And then another really good thing was to write out like your top achievements for the month, or like you can do this for the year if you want. But that just gets you in the mood of not only reviewing like what wasn't working and what you might need to change, but also the good things, because it's really important to like celebrate ourselves, because what we do as coaches, like it's difficult, it's hard. And when you're in the trenches and you are like the last day of the month and you're trying to hit Success Club and you're just so frustrated, like it's really important to take like a breather and say, oh my gosh, like I hit it, or I reached my goal or whatever it was I was pushing for, and celebrate. Like go treat yourself to a pedicure, or a wine and chocolate night with whatever your favorite Netflix show or whatever. So making sure to just take note of those. And I even really like to like write those down sometimes in my journals or like write them down somewhere where I can see it every single day so I can remember like that's where that's where I've come from and where I've had this success. So why can't I do it again? And then another thing I just wanted to go over is like specific plans. My journal asked me this and I thought it was so good. What are specific plans to make progress on your priorities for the month ahead? So if you've set your goals for your month, or if you've set your goals for the year as a whole, you've made like a vision board or something, it's really great to have those goals. But I think Rachel Hollis has like a quote, like dreams are goals with like their business pants on, or I don't even know. I probably butchered that, but I think it's so cool because you can't make those goals and those dreams a reality unless you have like a plan to take action on them. So really just like breaking it down for yourself, like how am I going to reach this goal of like being a six-figure earner? Like obviously that's a really huge goal, and the only way you're going to achieve it and like have it be something you can achieve is by breaking it down. Like, well, first I'm going to hit this rank because I know that I'm going to start earning this amount of money when I hit this rank or something like that. So like for example, this month I wrote down specific plans to make progress on my goals was emphasizing Transform 20 because it's a huge launch. It's this new program. It's going to be so much fun. So just like pushing that out there, that's one of my plans is to always talk about that, always push that. Even when we start the boot camp, it's not like I'm going to stop talking about it. I'm going to like keep talking through my journey with it. And then another thing was doing team building stuff, like having team calls and like more of that and more work sessions because I really want to keep like supporting my team as a whole and be like a good leader for you guys. And then another thing was no sugar because like that one of my goals was to continue really honing in on my nutrition. And last month I did a little like 30-day no sugar thing. It was really helpful. So that's just kind of like an example. But the only other thing I wanted to share was just like vision board making, because if you choose to take the time tonight to kind of like go over your goals and your vision board, just make sure you're asking yourself not only like, what do I want to achieve in this next year business wise, but like, what do I want to achieve personally? Like, do I want to gain some strength in my yoga practice, or like I always put trips I want to take because I love traveling, or maybe you put a picture of like shoes that you really want because you really want to be able to buy those and like be able to afford them and not stress about buying them. Or another thing I'll put is like a rank or something like that, or that I want to hit Success Club every single year or every single month. So just thinking like about your goals, like in all aspects. And then I really want to encourage you guys to dream big, like reach for the stars, reach for the moon, because you'll land among the stars. And just know that like, even if you don't hit your goal, like that's not failure. That's you learning that you can do way more than you ever thought possible. That's you growing way more than like anything. And that's the whole point of like goals. Like I read a really good quote, goals aren't meant to be achieved. They're actually meant to just stretch us and grow us. So like the bigger the goal, the more you're going to grow. So yeah, I know that was kind of like a lot in a little amount of time, but I think that's all I had.
What's the name of your planner? Or like, where'd you get it from? Or what's it look like?
So it's called Live with Purpose Planner, but I also talked to Alex this week and she said she has the Passion Planner and it's super similar. Like they do like all of these like reviews, which is awesome.
That's awesome. I love that. And I just want to kind of second off of what Leanna just covered and talked about, but that it's not like a bad thing to become obsessed with your goals, and to set those really big goals. And, you know, no one's going to care about them more than you do. Like they're your goals. So maybe sometimes like it feels like we don't have support of some people, but, your goals aren't their goals. They have different goals for their life. And so realize by setting up this vision board and creating these goals and creating these dreams and dreaming big that, you know, you're the person who can make them happen. And like failure is not an option unless you choose to quit. Like failure is just not an option. And they're big goals for a reason. So don't be afraid to set them. Yeah. So, we've got like 5 minutes left of this meeting, but I can wrap this one up and we can restart a new one for just Power Hour vision board making.
I don't know if you can make me the host while it's recording, but I have the like full plan now if you
Oh.
want to. I don't know if that'll work, but we should try. And then if you guys are going to do the like vision board thing, oh yay, it's working. But it's still saying upgrade for me. I don't know why. But if you do the vision board thing, I really like to use Canva. If you guys like want to make one virtually as opposed to like a physical one, because I just post it on my laptop background, and then it's like there in the morning every single day. Keeps me motivated.
Screenshot it and update it to your lock screen, because
Yeah.
whenever you go to your phone, you're reminded like, this is why I'm opening my phone, so I can work and do the stuff.
Can do the stuff. I don't know. This is weird. It's saying upgrade.
Dang.
Okay.
I'll stop recording.
Well, we can just post like